Hello students. Last time we are studied about the chemical reactions and equation, that is lesson number 3. Today we start the next point of this lesson, endothermic and exothermic processes and reactions. Heat is absorbed and given away in various processes and reactions. Accordingly, processes and reactions are classified as endothermic and exothermic. Now, exothermic and endothermic processes. Heat from outside is absorbed during some physical changes. For example, melting of ice. Second example, dissolution of potassium nitrate in water. Therefore, these are endothermic processes. On the other hand, heat is given away during some physical changes. For example, formation of ice from water, dissolution of sodium hydroxide in water. Therefore, these are exothermic processes. In the process of dilution of concentrated sulfuric acid with water, very large amount of heat is liberated. As a result, water get evaporated instantaneously. If it is poured into the concentrated sulfuric acid, which may cause an accident. To avoid this, required amount of water is taken in a glass container and small quantity of concentrated sulfuric acid at a time is added with stirring. Therefore, only a small amount of heat is liberated at a time. So remember this thing. To avoid this, required amount of water is taken in a glass container and small quantity of concentrated sulfuric acid at a time is added with stirring. Slowly added in water with stirring. So accident is not occur. So these two are the endothermic process and exothermic process. Next point, endothermic and exothermic processes. Some activity is given here. So see that activity. Procedure: take 100 ml water in each of the two plastic bottles. Plastic being insulator of heat. The dissipation of heat can be prevented. Note the temperature of water in the bottles. Put 5 gram potassium nitrate KNO3 in the bottle and shake well. Note the temperature of the solution formed. Put 5 gram sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, in the other bottle. Shake the bottle well and note the temperature with the help of thermometer. In the first bottle, the process of dissolution of potassium nitrate took place, while in the second bottle, the process of dissolution of sodium hydroxide took place. As per your observation, which one is exothermic process and which is an endothermic process? During the process of the dissolution of KNO3, that is potassium nitrate in water, heat from the surroundings is absorbed and therefore the temperature of the resulting solution is less. The process in which heat is absorbed from the outside is called endothermic process. You mark these definitions. The process in which heat is absorbed from the outside is called endothermic process. When the solid NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, is dissolved in water, heat is given out and therefore the temperature increases. You underline that words, temperature increases. Therefore, the process in which heat is given out are called exothermic processes. So you are getting the 2 points in each process. So one question asked in the exam, distinguish between endothermic process and exothermic process. So you remember and you write the third point as an example. Next, endothermic and exothermic reactions. There is an exchange of heat in chemical reactions as well. Accordingly, some chemical reactions are exothermic while some other are endothermic. During exothermic chemical reactions, heat is given away when reactants are transformed into the product. You underline what happened in exothermic. During exothermic chemical reactions, heat is given away when reactants are transformed into the products, while during endothermic chemical reactions, heat is either absorbed from the surroundings or has to be supplied continuously from outside. For example, CaCO3 solid in state calcium carbonate, commonly called as limestone, plus heat means we are supply the heat from outside, then to form calcium oxide in solid state plus carbon dioxide is in gaseous state. So we are supplying the heat to these chemical reactions, that's why it is an endothermic reaction. Next example given, CaO, that is a calcium oxide solid in state plus water H2O liquid in state, then to form CaOH twice calcium hydroxide in aqueous state, because we are adding water in CaO, plus heat is generated or liberated. That's why this is an example of exothermic reactions. So here second question asked in the exam, distinguish between endothermic reactions and exothermic reactions. Use your brain power. What is the difference in the process of dissolution and a chemical reaction? Does a new substances form when a solute dissolves in solvent? So try to find out the answer of these two questions, because these questions are related to use your brain power. Next point. So I am showing on one more paper. Check there what is given. Okay, these points are related to the next point. So we are continue the next point. Check. Rate of chemical reactions. Can you tell? Take into account the time required for following processes. Classify them into two groups and give titles to the groups. Some examples are given for us. Cooking gas starts burning on ignition. So we consider the time required in all these examples, and we are forming the two groups and giving the titles also. Second example, iron article undergoes rusting. Erosion of rocks takes place to form soil. Fourth example, alcohol is formed on mixing yeast in glucose solution under proper condition. Fifth example, effervescence is formed on adding baking soda into a test tube containing dilute acid. And sixth example, a white precipitate is formed on adding dilute sulfuric acid to barium chloride solution. So it can be seen from the above examples that some reactions are completed in a short time, that is occur rapidly. So you underline this. Some reactions are completed in short time, that is occur rapidly, while other require a long time for completion, that is occur slowly. That is the second point. What is the second one? Some other reactions require long time for completion, that is occur slowly. It means that the rate of different reactions in different, it means that the rate of different reactions is different. So we have classified all these 6 example in this way in the form of column. Now check on the paper. See here. So which are of that two types? From the given example, we are forming the two groups such as some reactions are completed in short time, that is occur rapidly, while second group, some other reactions require long time for completion, that is occur slowly. It means that the rate of different reactions is different. So we are classified that given 6 example in the form of column. What is the first column? Reactions that occur rapidly, and second column, reactions that occur slowly. So which are of that example? Which reactions occur rapidly? So first one, cooking gas start burning on ignition. Second, effervescence means bubbles is formed on adding baking soda into a test tube containing a dilute acid. And one more example, a white precipitate is a form on adding dilute sulfuric acid to barium chloride solution. Remaining 3 examples are related to slow reactions, or that reactions occur slowly. Which are of that examples? First one, iron particles undergoes rusting. This process is a slow process. Erosion of rocks takes place to form soil. This process occur in nature. That's why that is also a very slow process. And next one, alcohol is a form on mixing yeast in a glucose solution under proper conditions. So in this way we have classified the given 6 examples. Next point. So page number 40. So related to above examples, one paragraph is given here. The some reactions occur at a different rate on changing the conditions. Sorry. Check here. For example, during winter, long time is required for setting milk into curd, while at the higher temperature during summer, the rate of setting of milk increases and the curd is formed early. Now let us see the factors which decide the rate of chemical reactions. Factors affecting the rate of a chemical reactions. So related to this point, 3 to 5 mark question asked in the exam. First one, nature of reactant. Some examples are given for us. Let us see the reaction of a metal aluminium and zinc with a dilute hydrochloric acid. On a reaction of both aluminium and zinc with a dilute hydrochloric acid, H2, that is the hydrogen gas, is liberated and water soluble salts of these metals are formed. However, the reactions of aluminium metal takes place faster as compared to zinc metal. Underline this sentence. The nature of the metal is responsible for this difference. Why? Underline the next sentence. Aluminium is more reactive than zinc. Therefore, the rate of reaction of aluminium with hydrochloric acid is higher than that of Zn. Nature or reactivity of reactants influences the rate of chemical reaction. We are going to learn more about the reactivity of metals in the lesson or in the chapter on metallurgy, that is lesson number 8. Second factor affect the rate of chemical reaction is size of the particles of reactant. Try this. Activity given for us. Apparatus and chemicals are given. Now procedure. Take a pieces and powder of Shahabad tiles in equal weight in 2 test tubes. Add 10 ml dilute hydrochloric acid in each of the test tube. Observe whether effervescence, that is the bubbles of CO2 carbon dioxide, is formed at a faster or slower speed. You must have found in the above activity that the carbon dioxide effervescence is formed slowly with the pieces of Shahabad tile while at a faster speed with the powder. The above observation indicate that, so you underline, the rate of reaction depends upon the size of the particles of the reactant taking part in the reaction. So underline the next sentence. Smaller the size of the reactant particles, higher is the rate of reaction. Third factor affect here concentration of reactants. Let us consider the reaction of dilute and concentrated hydrochloric acid with CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate powder. Dilute HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, reacts slowly with CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate, and thereby calcium carbonate disappears slowly and CO2 carbon dioxide gas also liberates slowly. On the other hand, the reaction with the concentrated hydrochloric acid takes place rapidly and CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate, disappears fast. So what we are getting from this point? Concentrated acid react faster than dilute acid, underline, which means that the rate of reaction is proportional to the concentration of reactants. Fourth factor affect here given, temperature of the reaction. While studying decomposition reaction, you have carried out decomposition of limestone. Limestone is a common name of calcium carbonate, that is chemical formula CaCO3. In this activity, the lime water does not turn milky before heating the limestone. This reaction we learned in the previous points or in the last period. Because of the zero rate of reaction, from this it is learned that the rate of reaction increases on increasing the temperature. Underline, temperature is more, rate of reaction is also more, or that is increases. Now on next page, fifth factor is given here, catalyst, and one reaction also given for us. On heating potassium chlorate, formula is given in bracket, KClO3 decomposes slowly. So reaction is given, potassium chlorate, triangle means we are supplying the heat to this reaction, and then afterward that potassium chlorate decompose and to form two products. First one is KCl, so two molecules potassium chloride and three molecules of oxygen. The rate of the above reaction neither increases by reducing the particle size nor by increasing the reaction temperature. However, potassium chlorate decomposes rapidly in presence of manganese dioxide. Formula is given, MnO2, to liberate oxygen gas. No chemical change takes place in MnO2, that is manganese dioxide. It is act as a one catalyst in this reaction. So definition of catalyst also given here. What is the definition? Mark there. The substance in whose presence the rate of a chemical reaction changes without causing any chemical change to it is called a catalyst. So this is the definition of catalyst. The decomposition of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen takes place slowly at room temperature. Where we learn this reaction? This reaction we learn in the second type of reaction, that is decomposition reaction. You check there. However, the same reaction occur at a faster rate on adding manganese dioxide, that is MnO2 powder in it, because this chemical substance in this reaction act as a catalyst. So how many factors affect on the rate of chemical reaction? Total 5 factors. So question asked on this topic like this. What are the factors affect the rate, means speed of a chemical reaction? 3 to 5 mark question asked. The factors that affect the rate of chemical reaction are as follows. First one, nature of the reactant. So what we write? Nature or reactivity of reactant influences the rate of chemical reaction. Example given here. The reaction of aluminium metal takes place faster than zinc metal and liberate hydrogen gas because aluminium is more reactive than zinc. Over. Second point. Second factor, size of the particles of reactants. Smaller the size of reactant particles, higher is the rate of reaction. What is the example? CO2, that is carbon dioxide gas, is formed slowly with the pieces of Shahabad tiles, while at a faster speed with the powder of Shahabad tile. Third factor affect, that is concentration of reactants. Concentrated acid react faster than dilute acid, that is rate of a reaction is proportional to the concentration of reactant. Example given here, dilute HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, reacts slowly with CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate, and calcium carbonate disappears slowly and carbon dioxide also liberates slowly, but concentrated acid takes place rapidly and CaCO3 calcium carbonate disappear fast. Fourth factor, temperature of the reaction. The rate of the reaction increases on increasing the temperature. Example given, in a decomposition of limestone, the lime water does not turn milky before heating the limestone. Fifth factor, catalyst. The reaction occur at a faster rate on adding catalyst. Example, on heating potassium chlorate, KClO3 decomposes slowly, but in presence of manganese dioxide, MnO2, KClO3, that is potassium chlorate, decomposes rapidly to liberate carbon dioxide gas. So that reaction given here again. That reaction occurs separately for the 2 marks. Question is, potassium chlorate is heated in presence of manganese dioxide. Name of catalyst also given sometime. So potassium chlorate, heat is mentioned on the arrow, that is the condition. So potassium chloride plus oxygen is formed. 2 times KClO3, that is solid in state. Heat is indicated by the triangle, that is a symbol for heat. So to form potassium chloride, 2 molecules, that is 2 times KCl solid in state plus 3 molecules of oxygen, that is a 3O2. These multiple numbers are used for balancing the reaction. So your question is asked, define catalyst separately for 1 mark. So in this way you write down the answer of this question. Next point. Do you know some information given for us? First point, one or more chemical reaction takes place during every chemical change. Second, some chemical reactions occur at fast speed, whereas some occur at slow speed. Third one, strong acid and strong base react instantaneously. Fourth one, in our body, enzymes increases the rate of physiological reactions. Fifth point, perishable foodstuff get preserved longer in a refrigerator. The rate of decomposition of foodstuffs get lowered due to low temperature and its freshness is maintained. Sixth point given, vegetables cook quickly on oil rather than on water. Seventh point, the chemical reactions are profitable in the chemical factories if their rate is fast. Eighth one, the rate of chemical reaction is important for environmental point of view as well. And ninth point is given, the ozone layer in the Earth's atmosphere protects the life on Earth from the ultraviolet radiations of the sun. The process of depletion or maintenance of this layer depends on the rate of production or destruction of ozone molecules. So this is a more information given for us. Next point, oxidation and reduction. Many types of substances give reactions called oxidation and reduction. Let us learn more about these reactions. For reactions given for us, you observe these reactions carefully. Mg magnesium react with oxygen then to form MgO, magnesium oxide. Second example, carbon react with oxygen then to form CO2, carbon dioxide. Next one, magnesium hydride, MgH2 forming the magnesium and hydrogen gas separately. Fourth reaction given, CH3 means ethane. It is forming CH2 double bond CH2, that is the ethene, write down there, plus H2. There is not writing that, so you write down there plus H2 means hydrogen gas release. So in the reactions 20 and 21, reactants combine with oxygen, whereas in reaction 22 and 23, hydrogen is removed from the reaction. All these are examples of oxidation reaction. So what is the definition? Define oxidation reaction. Question asked like this way with the help of example. The chemical reaction in which a reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen to form the product is called oxidation reaction. This is the meaning or definition of oxidation reaction given that we confirm from the above examples, above reactions. So you underline this definition. Next, one more example given on the next page. Some oxidation reactions are brought about by use of specific chemical substances. For example, ethyl alcohol. What is the formula? CH3CH2OH. In presence of oxygen is indicated in a square bracket. The meaning of this oxygen is nascent oxygen, also called as freshly born oxygen. What is written there? One more condition, K2Cr2O7, potassium dichromate oblique H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, that is the acidic condition is maintained or used in this reaction. Then what happened? Ethyl alcohol is converted into acetic acid. So what is the remaining? One more product is there, I think, plus hydrogen, that you write down there. Check reaction is balanced or not. That oxygen, nascent oxygen added in ethyl alcohol, so COOH group is formed plus hydrogen gas is released. So write down there plus H2. Here the acidic potassium dichromate makes oxygen available for the oxidation of the reactant ethyl alcohol. Such a chemical substance which bring about an oxidation reaction by making oxygen available are called oxidants or oxidizing agent. So this is the definition of oxidizing agent. So you mark there. Chemical substances which bring about an oxidation reaction by making oxygen available are called oxidants or oxidizing agent. So in the above reaction, which is the oxidant? So K2Cr2O7H2SO4, that is potassium dichromate in acidic condition. Do you know? Check in that box. A variety of oxidants are used to bring about a controlled oxidation. Some examples are given. First one is K2Cr2O7H2SO4, potassium dichromate in presence of sulfuric acid. KMnO4 in H2SO4, that is potassium permanganate in acidic condition again, are the commonly used chemical oxidants. You underline these two examples. One more example, hydrogen peroxide. What is the formula? H2O2 is used as a mild oxidant. Underline there, mild oxidant. For the example given, ozone, formula is given, O3 is also a chemical oxidant. Nascent oxygen is generated by chemical oxidants and it is used for the oxidation reaction. So see in that reactions, O3 ozone, then to form O2, that is oxygen molecule plus nascent oxygen, that is indicated in square bracket. H2O2 hydrogen peroxide, then to form water plus nascent oxygen. Next one, K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate plus H2SO4 sulfuric acid, then to form potassium sulfate K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 thrice chromium sulfate plus water, that is H2O plus nascent oxygen, 3 nascent oxygen form. Next example, KMnO4 potassium permanganate plus sulfuric acid H2SO4, then to form potassium sulfate K2SO4 plus manganese sulfate MnSO4 plus H2O water and 5 nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen is a state prior to the formation of oxygen molecule. It is the reactive form of oxygen and it is represented by writing the symbol as O in square bracket. So question asked on this topic, write a short note on nascent oxygen. See how to write the answer. Question is asked like this way, define oxidation, explain with one example. So you write down the definition and examples are also asked in exam separately for 2 marks. Magnesium react with oxygen, then how to write the answer? Magnesium plus oxygen, then to form magnesium oxide. Write down there. Here magnesium undergoes oxidation. Why? Because oxygen is added to magnesium. Carbon react with oxygen, so carbon plus oxygen, then to form carbon dioxide, state also mentioning there in bracket. So in this reaction oxygen is added, means carbon undergoes oxidation. Next, magnesium hydride, magnesium plus hydrogen, MgH2 loses hydrogen to form Mg. That's why MgH2 undergoes oxidation. Why? Because lose of hydrogen. According to definition of oxidation, ethane converted into ethene plus hydrogen is hydrogen gas release. So CH3 means ethane loses hydrogen to form CH2 double bond CH2, that is the ethene. Therefore CH3 means ethane undergoes oxidation. In this way question is asked. Reaction of ethyl alcohol in presence of acidic potassium dichromate. So how to write down the reaction? Ethyl alcohol, condition mentioned on the arrow, then to form acetic acid plus hydrogen. So in this way you write down the reaction for 2 marks. We have studied the following reaction. 2 times KMnO4 plus 10 times FeSO4 plus S times H2SO4, then to form K2SO4, 2 times MnSO4, 5 times FeTSO4 thrice plus 8 times H2O. Here FeSO4 ferrous sulfate is oxidized by KMnO4 in presence of acid and transform into Fe2SO4 thrice, that is ferric sulfate. So what happened here? FeSO4 is converted into Fe2SO4 thrice, that is ferrous sulfate is converted into ferric sulfate. I think valency is changed in this example of ion Fe, that is 2 times FeSO4 converted to Fe2SO4 thrice. In ionic form, how to indicate this? FeSO4, in FeSO4, Fe means ion, shows the valency 2, that is a 2 plus. SO4 is a polyatomic radical showing the valency 2 minus. Then what happened? Fe3 plus, one more positive charge increases. Why? Because Fe2 plus loses one more electron in this reaction and then to form Fe3 plus charge, that is ferrous converted into ferric, plus 3 times SO4 sulfate radical having 2 minus charges formed. Therefore net ionic reaction Fe2 plus then to form Fe3 plus ferrous converted into ferric. When a ferric ion is formed from ferrous ion, the positive charge is increased by 1 unit. While this happens, the ferrous ion loses 1 electron. Therefore, new definition of oxidation is losing 1 or more electrons is called oxidation. Remember this, you underline. This is a new definition of oxidation related to electrons. So in short, how you remember? LEO. L means losing, E means electron. So what happened? Oxidation. So in short, you remember LEO. So these are the reactions related to oxidation process. Next point. So here you write down the examples of oxidants. One more question, write a short note on nascent oxygen. 2 more questions given for you, use your brain power, that is which is the oxidant used for purification of drinking water. Next homework question, why is potassium permanganate used during cleaning water tank? So I will give the answers of this question in assignment. This reaction also we learn, and in the last line on the page number 42 we are getting the new definition of oxidation that you underline on in your textbook. Oxidation means losing 1 or more electrons. Next page. Can you tell? Look at the chemical equation number 6. What is that chemical equation number 6? I think vegetable oil is converted into the vanaspati ghee. What is the type of this reaction and in which vanaspati ghee is a form from vegetable oil? So you observe that reaction. So what we are getting? I think hydrogen gas added in vegetable oil then to form vanaspati ghee. So addition of hydrogen takes place in that reaction. So one more reaction given, that is reaction number 26 on this page. See there, CuO copper oxide plus H2 means hydrogen gas is added here. Then to form copper, Cu plus H2O water is formed. The chemical reaction, so addition of hydrogen means reduction. So we are learning here, next type of reaction is reduction reaction. So mark the definition. The chemical reaction in which reactants gain hydrogen are called reduction reactions. Similarly, one more definition. The reaction in which a reactant loses oxygen to form the product is also called reduction reaction. So how to write the combined definition? Listen carefully. The chemical reaction in which reactants gain hydrogen or loses oxygen to form the product is called the reduction reaction. In this we write down the answer. Next point, next definition. So what is mean by a defined reductant? A reducing agent. Underline. The substance that brings about reduction reaction is called a reductant or reducing agent. When hydrogen gas, so 2-mark question asked related to chemical reaction is like this. When hydrogen gas is passed over black copper oxide, so what happened? That you write in the answer. A reddish colored layer of copper is formed. So reaction is like this way, you write in the answer. So which is the reductant in this reaction and which reactant has undergone reduction? So you tell me. Oxygen is loses from copper oxide because of hydrogen. So hydrogen is what? Reductant. And which reactant has undergone reduction? So copper oxide, CuO, because loses of oxygen means reduction. So oxygen is loose from copper oxide, that is CuO. So this is the reactant. CuO has undergone reduction. In this reaction, an oxygen atom goes away from CuO, that is a copper oxide, which means that reduction of copper oxide takes place. You underline. Whereas hydrogen molecule takes up oxygen atom and forming water, meaning oxidation of hydrogen takes place. So loss of oxygen from copper, so reduction, and addition of oxygen in hydrogen, so oxidation also takes place. Thus oxidation and reduction reactions occur simultaneously in the same reaction. That type of reactions specially called as redox reactions. You underline that line. Oxidation and reduction reactions occur simultaneously are called redox reactions. The reductant is oxidized by the oxidants, underline, and the oxidants is reduced by the reductant. Due to these characteristics of the reduction and oxidation reactions, a single term redox, red means reduction, ox means oxidation reaction, is used in place of the two terms. So redox reaction means combination of reduction and oxidation. Use your brain power. Some more examples of redox reactions are as follows. So you identify the reductants and oxidants from them. Second question given, if oxidation meaning lose electrons, so what is mean by reduction? Third question given for you, write the reaction of formation of Fe2 plus by reduction Fe3 plus by making use of symbol E minus, that is with the help of symbol electron. Try to write down the answers of these questions by using your brain power. I will give the answer in my assignment solution. See there any information given on the separate page. We are checking first. Okay, this reaction already explained. So question asked like this way, check. Reduction, define reduction, explain with one example. So you write down the definition. So that reaction, vanaspati oil is converted into vegetable oil converted into vanaspati ghee in presence of nickel catalyst and temperature condition also maintained. So what is the type of this reaction? This is a reduction reaction. So redox means reduction plus oxidation. Question asked for the 2 marks in this way. When hydrogen gas is passed over black copper oxide, so try to write the answer in this way. So which is the reductant in this reaction? So answer you write like this, reductant is hydrogen. And which reactant has undergone reduction? So copper oxide has undergone reduction, and at the same time hydrogen has undergone oxidation. Why? Because copper oxide is act as an oxidant in the same reaction. So define redox reaction. Define reductant or reducing agent. That definition you already underlined. The substance that bring about reduction is called a reductant or reducing agent. In this way, question asked in the exam. So with the help of electron, we are getting the 2 more definitions. When the positive charge on an atom or an ion increases or the negative charge on them decreases is called oxidation. Reduction, when the positive charge on an atom or an ion decreases or the negative charge increases is called reduction. So reaction given there on the same page in textbook. Fe, that is ion, when oxidation occur, then to form, then addition of oxygen takes place, that is FeO. Again one more time oxidation takes place, then again addition of oxygen takes place as per the valency Fe2O3. So FeO means ferrous oxide converted into Fe2O3 means ferric oxide. In opposite manner, Fe2O3 converted into FeO, so reduction takes place, loses of oxygen. Again FeO is loses oxygen, then Fe is formed, that is reduction takes place. So do you know a redox reaction takes place during cellular respiration? Here the molecule of the enzyme called, underline in your textbook, cytochrome C oxidase, helps the transport of electron to bring about this reaction. So you check on the same page that is given in the boxes, that information given in the boxes, check here. On page number 43. Next page number 44. Next point is corrosion. So activity given for us, 4 test tubes are given, and see there what is given in procedure. Place 4 test tubes on a test tube stand. Take some boiled water in one test tube and put an oil layer on it. Take some salt water in the second test tube. Let there be only air in third test tube. Take some anhydrous calcium chloride in the fourth test tube. Place a small iron nail in every test tube. Close the fourth test tube with a rubber cork. Let all the four test tubes remain unattended for a few days. Now observe all the four test tubes after a few days. What did you find? Which test tube had the nails as before? So you underline some important points. Both water and air is necessary for rusting. The rusting process takes place rapidly in presence of a salt. Underline this important sentence. So have you seen the effect of redox reaction in your everyday life? This is one homework question. The new vehicle look shiny. On the contrary, old vehicle look dull. A certain type of reddish colored solid layer collects on their metallic surface. So this layer is called rust. Its chemical formula is Fe2O3 dot number of molecules, that is XH2O. The rust on iron does not form a simple reaction of oxygen with iron surface. The rust is formed by an electrochemical reaction. Underline. Different regions on the surface of iron becomes anode and cathode. So Fe iron is oxidized then to form Fe2 plus in the anode region. So this reaction occur at anode region. Fe iron solid in state then to form Fe2 plus in aqueous state plus 2 electron loses. O2 means oxygen is reduced to form water in the cathode region. So O2 oxygen gaseous in state plus 4 hydrogen ions in aqueous state plus 4 electron adding then to form 2 times H2O, that is 2 water molecule in liquid state. When Fe2 plus, that is a ferrous ions, migrate from the anode region, they react with water and further get oxidized to form Fe3 plus ions, that is ferric ions. A reddish colored hydrated oxide is formed from Fe3 plus, that is a ferric ion. It's called rust. Underline. Scientifically, this definition is given here. It collects on the surface. So that reaction is mentioned here. 2 Fe3 plus, that is a ferric ion in aqueous state plus water in liquid state then to form Fe2O3 dot H2O in solid state. This is a reddish colored hydrated oxide, that is a formula of rust. Underline. Plus 6 hydrogen ions in aqueous state present. Due to various components of atmosphere, oxidation of a metal takes place. Consequently, resulting in their damage is called corrosion. All of you mark the definition of corrosion. Due to various components of atmosphere, oxidation of metal takes place. Consequently, resulting in their damage is called corrosion. Iron rust and a reddish colored layer is collected on it. This is corrosion of iron. Corrosion is a very serious problem. We are going to study about it in the next chapter. So try to find out how are the black and silver utensils and patinated, that is a greenish brass utensils clean. Try to find out the answer of this question. So see, in all these four test tube, anybody tell me in which test tube iron nail get rusted as per the points given? So in test tube number 2, that nail rusting faster because you underline there. What is that point you underline? The rusting process takes place rapidly in presence of salt. One more point. Both water and air are necessary for rusting. So fast rusting process takes place in test tube number 2. Then second place, test tube number 3, because air and some moisture present in air that is available for third test tube. That's why that nail is also rusted. But in case of test tube number 1 and 4, rusting of iron does not take place. Why? Because oil layer on boiled water, so oxygen is not available for that nail. And in case of fourth one, air is present and anhydrous calcium chloride. So moisture is not available because calcium chloride absorbs the water. Moisture is not available, that's why that nail is not rusted. So remember this answer. So question is asked related to this topic, that is define rust, write down the formula of rust, define corrosion like this way. Last point of this lesson is rancidity. When we use old leftover cooking oil for making foodstuff, it is found to have foul odor called rancidity. So this is the definition of rancidity, all of you mark. If food is cooked in such oil, its taste also changes. When oil or ghee is left aside for a long time, or fried food is left aside for a long time, it undergoes air oxidation and becomes rancid. Rancid means unfit for use. Rancidity in the foodstuff cooked in oil or ghee is prevented by using antioxidants. So antioxidants are some chemical substances that are used to reduce or to prevent the rancidity process. The process of oxidation reaction of food stuff can also be slowed down by storing it in airtight containers. So this is the second preventive process is given here, that food stuff keep in a airtight container, so that is remains safe for a long time. So question is asked on this topic, write a short note on rancidity. So in this way, all of you read the textbook carefully, study about all these points, and after 1 hour I will give the assignment related to the today's topics. Thank you.